Hello everyone, welcome back to the 2017 4th Annual Trophy Awards. We closed it out here in part 3 and we're going to take a look back at the easiest platinum trophies to earn in games that have come out in North America in 2017. So this means no My Name is Mayo, as that came out last year in North America. Also, no PSVR exclusive titles are included. Also not on this list is 1000 Top Rated, since it was pulled from the store and has not yet returned, but I do want to give that game a shout out in case you do have it. This was originally going to be a top 10 list, but 2017 was a year of very easy platinums. There were so many that it was impossible to pick out just 10 of them, so instead we're going to make this a top 20. Now, it was still a difficult task as so many games were equally as easy as one another, so much so that ranking them is nearly impossible. So what I've done is put a lot of weight into the average time it would take for someone to earn all the trophies when determining where to rank it. Nearly all of these games are relatively quick, with the average well under 5 hours for most. According to PSN Profiles, a site that tracks trophy hunters data, all but a few of the games have had their platinums achieved by over 80% of the players who have the game. Of course, we're going to assume that you will use trophy guides when attempting any of these games. Now, I do want to give just a quick shout out to all of my YouTube sponsors and the people that support me on Patreon. Your support is very much appreciated. Now, before we jump into the top 20, I want to recognize some AAA titles that didn't make this list. Many people have told me that they thought some of these were the easiest platinums of the year, and that's because for many, they don't play anything other than AAA games. So based on community submissions, I want to recognize some of the easiest AAA platinums, and they are Tekken 7, Horizon Zero Dawn, which also won the overall best trophy list of the year in our top 10 trophy list of 2017, which we did in part 1, Nier Automata, Jak and Daxter The Precursor Legacy, South Park The Fractured But Whole, Uncharted The Lost Legacy, and Assassin's Creed Origins. I'm sure there are several more AAA titles out there, but these are the ones most often requested by you guys. Also, there were many games that didn't quite make the top 20 which easily could have, and they include Undertale, Full Throttle Remastered, The Sexy Brutale, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, The Town of Light, Chaos Child, Abyss, The Wraths of Eden, Enigmatus, The Ghosts of Maple Creek, and Enigmatus 2, The Mists of Ravenwood. Every single one of these games could have been number 1 4 years ago before game companies decided to exploit the trophy system for game sales. So let's kick things off with number 20, and that is Twin Robots. Twin Robots is a 2 to 3 hour side-scrolling puzzle game where you control 2 robots. Simply navigate these 2 robots to safety to complete each of the 28 levels. There are a few miscellaneous trophies, but you'll be thankful for the level select when going back to clean those up. Twin Robots is also cross-buy with the Vita, so you can buy this game once and get a second platinum on the Vita, as both trophy lists are separate. You can also get a third platinum if you wanted to by buying both the North American and European versions of the game, as they do feature separate stacking trophy lists. Of course, you'll have to have an account in each of the territories. Number 19 is DEMETRIOS. Another theme that you will quickly realize about this top 20 is that you've probably never heard of many of these games. DEMETRIOS is a point-and-click adventure game. It's a visual novel style game. Point-and-click games are always very easy for trophy hunters because there's just a simple walkthrough usually available that will tell you what to do every step of the way. This game has a very interesting collectible type which requires you to die, as well as cookie collectibles that you must find. Almost always you can head to PlayStationTrophies.org and there's usually a full walkthrough telling you exactly what you need to do. Follow that guide and you get this platinum in 4 to 6 hours very easily. It is also Vita cross-buy in both North America and Europe. Number 18 is actually 2 games, Eventide Slavic Fable and its sequel Eventide 2 Sorcerer's Mirror. Both games are relatively painless 2 to 4 hour platinums. They're basically point and click puzzle games, but they do have collectibles and some missable trophies. Again, following a guide for these will make these both easy platinum achievable in about 4 hours apiece. These are developed and published by Artifex Mundi, who spits out more easy platinum games than anyone, as you will eventually see. Speaking of Artifex Mundi, they have developed number 17's 2 games, Grim Legends The Forsaken Bride and Grim Legends 2 Song of the Dark Swan. These two are very similar to the Eventide series in both gameplay, visuals, and game length, so it's another point and click puzzle game. Once again, simply follow guides and these will be another 2 easy platinums. It doesn't seem as if this developer has any intentions of slowing down, so expect all of their 2018 games just to be bunched into a single spot on the list next year. Number 16 is Ikemo, Splinters of Dark Shards. This is a 1 to 2 hour quick platinum. There's 4 levels in this platforming game where you have basic combat to fight hordes of enemies. The only bad thing about this game, other than it just being bad and sometimes glitchy, is that there are 11 missable trophies. They're all easy trophies, but just make sure you know ahead of time what you need to do, and this should come easily, provided of course you avoid some of the glitches. There are separate trophy lists in North America and European versions of this game. Number 15 is Don't Knock Twice. This is a horror experience game based on the movie of the same name, which can also be played in VR if you choose. This isn't the greatest game, a theme you definitely probably noticed in this entire top 20. This game will require you to play through twice to get 2 different endings, but you can back up your save to the cloud near the end of the game and re-download that to avoid a second complete playthrough. But the game is really short anyways, and as long as you can get all the collectibles within a single playthrough, you can platinum this game in 1 hour or less. Number 14 is SQUAREBOY versus Bullies, which will take you about 2 to 3 hours. There's many waves of enemies that you'll have to defeat during its 15 levels. There's only 1 missable trophy, but it's really easy if you know about it ahead of time. There's only a handful of different moves and a few different enemy types. Now there are reports of people's games crashing when using certain moves, so there's that. This game is cross-buy with Vita and features different trophy lists in both North America and Europe. Number 13 returns us to another pair of Artifex Mundi titles. This time with Lost Grimoires, Stolen Kingdom, and Lost Grimoires 2, Shard of Mystery. Just like the previous, 4 games we've already talked about, this is another hidden object inventory based puzzle game, and just like the Grim Legend and Eventide games, they look identical to each of the others. Now moving on to number 12, we have Black the Fall. This trophy list stacks between the North America and European regions. This is a side-scrolling puzzle game. All you need to do is keep an eye out for chapter-specific trophies for each of the 4 chapters, and then ride a stationary bike by holding the square button for 15 consecutive minutes. Yay! You should be able to score the Platinum Trophy within 1 or 2 hours, depending how quickly you can solve some of the puzzles while staying out of the red light. Number 11 is another pair of games, this time from a different developer, and the games are called The Inner World and The Inner World: The Last Wind Monk. These are a pair of point-and-click adventure games. Once again, it's another inventory-style puzzler, a genre that we've heavily focused on so far. Each game will take you about 2 to 4 hours, and both of them having stacking trophy lists between North America and Europe. There are a bunch of missable trophies, but as with all point-and-click games, there's always a full walkthrough available detailing step-by-step instructions. The most difficult trophy for both games is one that requires you to finish them without ever pressing the L2 button. We are now entering the top 10, and we kick things off with a great game, finally. Number 10 is Life is Strange Before the Storm. This episodic title was actually the most often cited by the community as being their pick for the easiest game of the year, which should tell you how easy the top 10 actually are. To get the platinum, you just gotta do 2 things: find all 30 graffiti locations and complete the game. While not technically as easy as any of the Telltale games, this game is actually only 3 episodes. Now it's a prequel to the original Life is Strange. Now the reason it doesn't actually appear much higher on this list is because it does take 8 to 10 hours to complete, and the top 8 games on this list combined don't even take 8 hours. Number 9 is another collection of games. This time we group up all the Telltale games. Every Telltale game is the same thing for every trophy hunter. Simply complete the game. That's it. Each one of them will take give or take 8 to 10 hours. Simply complete the game and the platinum is yours. Now I'm only considering games, Telltale games, where the final episode was released in 2017 so that you can actually earn the platinum. The ones that all come in at number 9 on this list are The Walking Dead Frontier, Minecraft Season 2, and Guardians of the Galaxy. Batman: The Enemy Within won't have their platinum available until 2018. Coming at number 8 is SIEGECRAFT Commander. This game would actually place a little higher on this list if it wasn't for the fact that the quick 30 to 60 minute platinum depends on you having a second controller. You can still platinum this game without a second controller, but having one makes this very quick, as you can play the entire game in offline multiplayer. This will allow you to set up all the scenarios required to earn all 12 combat specific trophies. Now, I assume most people probably have a second controller, as that's almost a tool of the trade for trophy hunters. And remember, also a Vita can be used as a second controller. It also does have a stacking trophy list between North America and Europe. The 7th easiest platinum trophy of the year is one I actually did a full walkthrough on live stream here on YouTube a couple months ago, and that is Air Memories of Old. This stacking platinum will take you about 1 to 2 hours to complete, probably closer to 2 hours. This is an atmospheric exploration game where you mostly fly from place to place as a bird in the open world, or run on foot while in dungeons. There are some puzzles in a few of the dungeons that you'll need to solve, but most of the trophies will simply require you to visit certain places. You can always follow my playthrough to get all your trophies, and I even made a map showing you where to go and in what order. Number 6 is Dying Reborn, another point-and-click adventure game. Now be careful when you're searching for this on the store. There's a VR version which does not have a platinum trophy, and a regular version which does. Now there's an ultimate bundle which includes the PS4 version, the Vita version, and the VR version, so look out for that. In addition, there are 4 different regions that this is available in, with each having their own trophy list. The difficult part of this platinum is making sure you actually purchase the right version of the game. Now you're looking at about 1 or 2 hours for the platinum. If you want to do this quickly, make sure you do everything in a single playthrough, which will include needing to collect all the memos and doing one specific random task in the game's first 5 sections. Number 5 is Black and White Bushido. This is another game that is made exceptionally quick if you have a second controller. It also has a stacking trophy list between the North America and European region. This is a 2D side-scrolling brawler game, and you can get all of the trophies within a couple matches. There's one trophy that will require 4 players, but you can start a game and log in to 3 different additional accounts or guest accounts on your PS4 to fill the roster up. Other than that one trophy, you're using a second controller to set up all the various kill methods will allow you to plow through this platinum really quick. You will need to do one single-player offline challenge mode, but getting the required 3,000 points in that isn't very difficult. Just missing the top 3 is Planet of the Eyes at number 4. This is a super quick 1 hour platinum that has over a 95% platinum rate amongst tracked trophy hunters. This is a physics-based platformer with some puzzles. Puzzles are very easy. There are quite a few miscellaneous trophies that you want to look out for along the way, but you can go back and replay sections if you missed any of them. It's a little pricey at $10. That price point for such a short experience is a little high when you compare it to the next 3 games on this list. Which brings us to number 3, Energy Cycle. Now I'm going to go ahead and admit and say that this is technically the fastest and easiest platinum trophy of the year. However, that is based on using an exploit that makes this a super quick 10-minute platinum. Now honestly, I almost think that this exploit is intentional and will never be patched. However, because of the possibility of it being patched, I'm hesitant in making this the number 1 game in case someone watches this video a year or 2 from now and it's patched. The Energy Cycle is a puzzle game requiring you to bring all of the cells to the same color. Now how the exploit actually works is that you complete the first puzzle of a specific game mode and solve that puzzle. Once you've solved it, you got to just spam the X button until all the trophies within that game mode pop. Do that for each of the game mode and you're done. Now even if the exploit is patched, since it is a puzzle game, solutions are available online. It'll just take quite a bit longer to platinum. The PS4 and Vita versions trophy lists stack, although they aren't cross-buy, so you have to buy each one separately. The North American and European versions also stack between the PS4 versions, although the Vita version shares one single list between the regions. Number 2 on our list, and my personal favorite, most fun 30-minute or less platinum, is 36 Fragments of Midnight. This is a very late addition to the list as it just came out not even 2 weeks ago. Now if you bought the Vita version that was available a couple months ago, this is now free for you because it's cross-buy. It also stacks with the European version that will come out in early January. This will take most people around 30 minutes, maybe a little longer on Vita. For some reason it's a little easier on PS4 than Vita. The objective is simple. You're a little white cube that must collect 36 fragments and bring them back to the starting location. It's a single procedurally generated map and not very difficult, while being a little fun at the same time. Toughest trophy will be for collecting all 36 fragments within 6 minutes, something that shouldn't take you very long to pull off, and the best part is you don't even need a trophy guide at all. For its low price of $3, it's definitely one platinum trophy you should consider. Coming in at number 1 and 2017's easiest platinum trophy is Mr. MASSAGY. This game brings a 96.5% platinum achievement rate amongst trophy hunters who have this game. Mr. MASSAGY is a dating sim game made by the same people who created My Name is Mayo. It's the shortest non-exploit game on this list, with people coming in getting the platinum around 15-20 minutes if they know what to specifically say to their dates when prompted with dialogue options, and of course skipping through the chat text will also speed it up. It's definitely a strange game, but there is some humor to be found in this. It's definitely less of a game and more of a platinum trophy cash grab, but hey, if you're one of the tens of thousands of people who bought My Name is Mayo, you have no reason not to also have this platinum. If you follow a guide for the dialogue options, this is a really quick platinum, but even without one, it might only take you an hour or two. So that'll do it for the 2017 Trophy Awards. Make sure you check out the top 10 trophy lists of the year and the top 10 hardest platinum trophies of the year. I wish everyone a great new year, and I'll see you in 2018.